had to start the little video over because I was getting a little upbeat. And I think that the reason I was getting upbeat is because we are doing the 4th of July parade. And it's called 4th of July Patriot Parade and Celebration at Eder Park. And I'm getting, support, and I'm thankful. It is some work. I haven't really done as much as I want to do, or covered as much ground as I want to do. But I just kind of figured that if I'm handing out flyers, that's a little different than me actually courting and cultivating and making friends and all that kind of stuff. So I am kind of concentrated on my area of interest, which is the West End area. Now I've had some questions as it relates to vending. I do want to do vending, however, not where if I'm selling food and things of that nature. I don't want to do that. you know, um, for the 4th of July, I want us to be able to have food, drinks, and all of that stuff with ease. Like everything is just cool. Along the parade route on Lee Street, there are businesses, and I want us to patronize those businesses. Okay, so that means that we have food businesses, we have clothing. There's a lot of different things that is there and available, and I would like to work with other people as it relates to the other parks. However, for Street Meat Company, our park is at Air Park. We do have Dean Rusk, and they play games over there. I was like, oh, that would be really good to have like an adult casino and all that, whatever that is. There's West End Park, and there's also Howell Park, and we also Oakland, and the park that is for 7-3. But of course, at the 7-3, I guess they probably want to stay over there for 7-4. But and that would be Perkison Park, and that's over there by Metropolitan. But that's for July 3rd, and I'll be working on that. Not this time around, unless we get some really good investors and we're able to kind of sell Perkison Park for July 3rd. The thing is that communication will come 2017 for Irene Ratliff and Street Meat Company. Because the way I see it is like, yeah, when you're looking at people who are in Natris, that's a really good thing. However, let me get back to vending. The vending aspect, when we start looking at the food around that particular celebration, I don't want anyone coming to the park to feel like they have to pay for any food. It's like I'm really getting in contact with those who feed people, literally. And I want to, I want people to, have whatever the little trimmings and gifts that we're able to provide that day. Maybe come back 2, 3, whatever times for a slice of watermelon or something. I mean, it's all good. So I mean, we do need volunteers and stuff like that. That's a little different. So some people are like, oh, what about clothing? And the thing about the clothing is that we want to patronize the businesses at the West End Mall and all that, and some of the other businesses. So I will be working on that conversation as it relates to marketing. Doing advertisement booklets, so people are able to do discounts and stuff like that. And I'm gonna try to get on that like Mayana. Because that's really important, thinking of that. So that means I'll need to go and ask them right away. So anyway, the clothing, I'm like, okay, I'm having a good time, I'm partying. I don't want anybody to feel inconvenient, like they have to carry a whole lot of different stuff. And then like eventually or later on, like if we're handing out like say bags for people to take with them, it will be at West End or Oakland train station. It's like, okay, those things will be given to people as they're exiting or leaving the location, you know, like for real. Because, I mean, when you think about it, a lot of people put a lot of good time and effort at, wanting to care and show appreciation for not only their community, but also the people that are, want and need, and all that kind of stuff. So we want to make sure that um, people are cared for. Matter of fact, maybe even some of those things can probably be delivered prior to that, where we're able to do some kind of treats like that for the community at large, prior to, let's say, the actual event. But these things in conversation comes with a larger conversation with those who do feed the hungry and those who participate with clothing, the clothless and stuff like that. So we do have people who are out there, and we appreciate them very much. What other things, jewelry and stuff like that? Again, I want to patronize the businesses at West End Mall area. We do have the flea market. The flea market is further down in Oakland. We want to promote their business. West End Mall area, we want to promote their business. Abernathy and stuff like that. Of course, Greenbrier Mall, that's up on further up, Campbellton Road. And so there's opportunities for people to sell their stuff. Now if that's something a little different as it relates to the parade route and then people being set up in front of, even though the sidewalks are not included, and that requires some other things. It's not stating that it's not possible, because I have seen like an area, like once we actually grow and get a little, get on board with Fort McPherson and all that kind of stuff, right, just right before you get to, let's say, East Point, there's a nice area. I mean, we start looking at that, going in that route. Yeah, vending opportunities are available. There are vending opportunities, and so we could look at it like that. But once we get like to Oakland, past Oakland train station, like up in that area, I do see the vending. But if we're trying to put other people ahead of the businesses that are there, as I said before, we have Oakland Marketplace and stuff like that. But, going past right there at the Oakland train station, going further up, going in that area of the 166, that's a really good areas and opportunities for vending. Especially noting that we have a crowd of people who will be patronizing and spectating that route from West End, East Point. It's possible. Yeah, I ain't gonna feel too. Oh, to see the fireworks at Fort McPherson, that would be good. At first, I was like, oh, we try to squeeze it in at Adair Park, but that's a little tight. I think Fort McPherson would be the ideal place for that. It is. So, anyway. Okay. So we all going there like that. I'm optimistic. So anyway, yeah, I don't know. I'm going. People are asking me. I'm like, no, I'll advertise your business for you. Make little booklets. That part is true. So those who are interested in vending, the vending scope and aspect is a little different. I am looking for those who could provide sponsorship, and the vending opportunities will be advertising. Okay, so advertising opportunities are options. The vending will be for those who, like I had, like let me give you an example. I had went to the fire station and they were like, hey, we hand out smoke detectors. Hey, we give those kind of vending. Hey, we have opportunities for blood pressure. And of course, we will probably need all that stuff out there in the water. And the reason why is because it will be hot. We want to make sure that people are okay. But I don't want to make it a big old health thing either, or we just eating fruits and veggies. I want to make it where, hey, we're having a good time. We're celebrating. I don't want to put any particular things like, okay, like I'm trying to advertise something. Now, I will be handing out the Constitution, but I don't want nobody to be, like, hey, no. We could do those a couple of days beforehand. We have meetings and things of that nature. So somebody was saying, well, hey, Irene, what about, having the conversation about job employment? No. We'll do that either before like July 2nd or July 5th. But as it relates to July 3rd and 4th, no, I don't want that. Because the thing is that, we're not looking for people. A lot of people want employment. And if they don't want employment, they want to upgrade. And I mean, we're being thankful for the resources that we have. And so to be in line on July 4th or July 3rd, I don't think so. I'm looking for employment. Now on the 2nd and the 5th, yeah, we can have focus on job opportunities because that is something that I do want to communicate. Don't get it twisted. I do. And the reason why is because I am interested in upgrading our thought process about how we think about franchising. That means, going under another name but owning the business. So yeah, as it relates to those kind of things, and some of those things do require partners. So I do tell people, hey, keep on with your job. All that stuff matters when you start talking about I want to lean or lien holder rather. It's easy to get a car. Credit is good, but yeah, when you start talking like that, when you start looking at business opportunities, working with SBA and all that kind of stuff, and opportunities to get financing. Let me say financing instead of the other one. Interest holders, financing. A lot of that requires partnership, and I think that once we actually, look at our investors and capital ventures and all that kind of stuff, a lot of that stuff will begin to matter, and along with other people who could be co-workers. So yeah, that along with some other opportunities, I do want to focus on that. Yeah, so as it relates to projects and opportunities for community and economic development, not only here in Atlanta, but also probably state to state, nationally. So anyway, wow, that's a lot of work. But I'm optimistic. I think that I do have a sufficient amount of stuff on plate right now or on board right now. And I had to. Some people ask me, "What is it that you're doing? What else do you do?" We're working on the parade, and I'm looking for participants and contributions and money and stuff like that. And then everything else. So I'm like, wow. And then after that, we'll be on Kwanzaa. Yeah, the other stuff too, but I think that right now I need to be doing just what I'm doing, being sweet. Hi, my name is Irene Ratliff, and so today I was kind of breezing. I didn't want to, come off like I wasn't interested in what other people had to say. So anyway, that's what we're working on. Irene Ratliff, Street Me Couple. Irene Ratliff, Street Me Couple. We have to work on that. All right, all right. All right, people. Thanks.